G'day, it's Shane Dowling here from kangaroocourtofaustralia.com. I'm just about to go on the Woolworths. We're going to have a look at some of the food they're selling under their macro brand, which they claim is organic. The reality is a massive food scam and they're ripping off the public. Now at the honey section of Woolworths, now Capilano Honey, who are the largest supplier, have the majority of the shelf space. Another one of their brands is Lowry Honey. Now this particular bottle says it's 100% organic. On the side here they've got the ACO, Australian Certified Organic stamp, with the number 472 on their certification number. Now on the other side it says made from imported and local ingredients, so a large percentage of that honey would be from China or Brazil or Argentina. And the majority of the imports come from China. Now interesting though is that Macro Organic Pure Honey, which is a Woolworths brand, and they also claim to be organic obviously. The number on their bottle, the Australian Certified Organic number, is the same as the Lowry one, 472. What that tells you is it's been produced by the same company, which is obviously Capilano. Now they have got other brands here like Beechworth and Byron Bay honey and Archibald's honey. So you do have a variety to choose from, but the majority of the shelf space, if you can have a look from back here, is taken up by Capilano or the subsidiary brand Lowry. Now Capilano is suing Simon Loney and myself in relation to allegations we put on the internet regarding the quality of their Lowry brand. Now Capilano Honey are refusing to supply the court with documents proving that they actually test and what they test for in the Lowry honey, and so that's ongoing. We'll have to see what happens in the near future. But the question that Woolworths needs to answer and the public should be asking is, should Woolworths be selling their macro organic honey when they don't even know whether it's organic or not? And also when the supplier, which is ultimately Capilano, are refusing to supply documents to prove that the honey is safe for consumers and that it is organic. What they should be doing is refusing to sell the product, withdrawing it from the shelves until Capilano Honey fulfill their legal obligations in the frivolous and vexatious lawsuits. Now we'll get back to Woolworths in a minute, but I just want to give you a bit better backgrounding in relation to the companies involved. Capilano Honey, Australia's number one producer of honey. They've got roughly 65-70% of the market. That's their main brand. It's also their listed company name on the Australian stock market. They also sell a Lowry brand. With the Capilano brand, they claim it's 100% Australian honey. With the Lowry brand, you'll see on the side of the bottle, it says at least 30% Australian honey. The rest of it's coming from China predominantly. Capilano Honey are also Australia's biggest importer of honey, which they don't like people to know. Then you've got the organic brand, so-called organic brand, which I spoke about before when I was at Woolworths. Now, what they're also doing is producing the macro brand for Woolworths, and that's what this video is mainly about, the macro brand. And future videos and articles I'll be writing, I'll be focusing strongly on the macro brand, because what's happening with the honey, where you've got someone like Capilano importing the honey, selling it, dumping it basically on the market to build up market share via their Lowry brand, and they have other brands. They're also colluding with Woolworths in relation to the honey. This is obviously putting Australian beekeepers out of business because they're selling at a very cheap price. And as they build up market share, they'll gradually increase the price, but the beekeepers will be out of business. And Woolworths are doing that right across the board in a whole heap of different other products. And this video will also be looking at that. This isn't the first time I've written about this topic. In March 2017 I wrote an article titled Woolworths, Coles and Aldi running a scam selling imported food as organic. Now in that article I spoke about the questions I wrote to Capilano Honey in September 2016, where I wrote to the chairman, Trevor Morgan, and Annette Zasbick, and asked them numerous questions in relation to the testing they are and aren't doing in relation to the honey. They failed to respond. Also in this article I showed that Capilano Honey also producing the honey for Aldi. They've got the same certificate number 472, which is the same number you'll see on the macro brand and same number you'll see on the Lowry or an organic brand. Now the Aldi honey says they're packed in Australia from less than 10% Australian ingredients. Basically, less than 10%, they mean bugger all honey in that product is Australian. Now, one of the interesting things was that I also wrote to Australian Organic. They're based in Brisbane. I wrote them a whole heap of questions in relation to the testing they are and aren't doing in relation to the Lowry honey, etc. They failed to respond. Interesting though, they did respond to Simon Mulvaney. He also wrote an article critical of them. I managed to get a copy of the letter where they sent a lawyer's letter to Simon Mulvaney, in effect threatening him with defamation. Companies can't actually sue for defamation. On my site I'll say that Capilano Honey are suing me and Simon Mulvaney for defamation, just to make it simple for people to understand who don't understand the law. But they can't actually sue for defamation. What they can do, they can sue for injurious falsehood, which in effect is similar to defamation. Now, but that's one thing for me to simplify it for the readers. But for a law firm to be threatening Simon Mulvaney with defamation on behalf of a company, it's a joke. It's totally false, it's a totally fake letter. In the context it's not legally sound, and they're just trying to intimidate him. Now Woolworths also sell a lot of other different products under the Macro brand. You can see some of them here. Now one of them is virgin coconut oil. You've got two different bottles here, but they're the same product. You can see the Australian certified organic there. This one's made in the Philippines. Now this other bottle over here, exactly the same bottle, has the same certified organic number on it, which you can see there. And this one's made in Sri Lanka. Capilano Honey also sell apple cider vinegar under a Be Vital brand. Now on the bottle it says it's 40% Australian, so the other 60% could come from anywhere. They also pack this for Macro, which is a Woolworths brand, fire cider. That says also that it's 40% Australian product. But another bottle for Macro, which is the Woolworths brand, says certified organic. It's got the Australian certified organic stamp on there, and on the back of the bottle it says produced in New Zealand, packed in Australia. So there's obviously 100% overseas. How they know it's organic? Well, Woolworths won't say how they know other products are organic, so they're highly unlikely to say how they know this one's organic. Just wanted to have a look at the juices for comparison with the other products like the honey. You've got Golden Circle there. They import a lot of their fruits. Some of them also local. So when you buy a bottle of orange juice, it'll say on there a mixture of imported and local products. Down there, you also got Woolworths. That Woolworths orange juice is 100% imported. Nowhere in either bottle will you find where it says organic. You're not deceiving the customers. If you want organic, you can go down here and you've got pure Tassie juices. Now I've also written to Woolworths and asked them some questions. One of the questions I wrote, can you please advise what percentage is Australian honey and what percentage is overseas honey in their Macro brand? They refused to respond. It doesn't say on the bottle, it just says made from imported and local ingredients. But it does say it's 100% organic pure honey. How do they know? That's another question I've asked them. They refuse to respond at all. I'll put those questions in the article I'll be publishing. I'll be publishing the article on the 23rd of June 2018, and working title is the Woolworths Organic Food Scam. A lot of people ask me what they can do to help. Well, you can go to my website, you can share the article I'll be putting the video on, you can share the video on YouTube, you can go to my Facebook page, Kangaroo Court of Australia, you can like the page and or follow the page, and also share the article on there, and I've got a Twitter account, or you can go to the donations page on my website and you can make a donation, which would help out a lot, or you can just use the donation button on the right hand side and that'll take you to the PayPal account. Other than that, thank you for your time and have a good day.